We go now to Mr. Joe Wilson of South Carolina.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being here. Our sympathy and solidarity for your hometown of Boston.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
As we proceed, in 1999, one of the achievements of the Clinton administration was a nonproliferation agreement with the Russian Federation. As part of that, there was the agreement to dispose of high-grade plutonium instead of for weapons to be made into fuel. And that resulted in a mixed oxide fuel fabrication facility being built at the Savannah River site in Aiken, South Carolina. Sadly, in the most recent budget, the administration is reducing the funding for the construction of the facility. It's 60% completed. It can indeed be such a great testimonial to the relationship that we have with the Russian Federation, fulfilling our agreements, but providing for fuel of what has been something that, from an environmental standpoint, from a nonproliferation standpoint, all of it is just so positive. What do you see should be done?
Well, I just was asking because I was unfamiliar with that, and I'm just told it's a DOE issue, which is why I'm unfamiliar with it. I didn't realize that that cut had taken place. Obviously, from a macro policy point of view, we are very supportive of the Nonproliferation Initiative. I was very concerned about the Russian suspension of a component of it recently. I hope that we will get back on track because that's been really one of the most constructive things I can think of in terms of nonproliferation in the last 50 years.
It really is, and I appreciate you recognizing that, and it's virtually joint DOE, and state. So I hope you will look into that.
Well, the funding part of it is not joint, but the policy part of it is, but I'm on it.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Additionally, Secretary Clinton was very positive in promoting trade. In the state of South Carolina, we've had the remarkable situation of, in the last 2 years, becoming the leading exporter of cars of any state in the United States, BMW, the leading exporter of tires of any state in the United States, thanks to Bridgestone, Michelin, Continental Tire. We're very grateful for the investments in our state with GE, Westinghouse, Boeing. Will you continue the policies promoting economic trade between our countries and developing countries and countries all over the world?
Hugely. I said in my opening statement before the Foreign Relations Committee for my confirmation that today, in today's world, foreign policy is to a large degree economic policy. And I am deeply committed. I'm working right now to close out my appointments, the President's appointments within the State Department with respect to our economic effort. I personally believe this is how we're going to be able to do things, is leverage assistance. And I wish we had more time. I could sort of talk about a kind of modern-day Marshall Plan, if you will, which is going to involve the private sector to a large degree. And that's the way you're going to make a difference. What these countries need are jobs for young people, masses of young people. And so we need to try to find ways to, and I think the TTIP, the TPP, other kinds of initiatives can help do that. In the West Bank, what I was about to describe earlier was that Prime Minister Netanyahu and President Abbas have agreed to this add-on initiative of trying to bring the private sector to the table for rapid economic development to really make a difference, as well as for some infrastructure. So I think you can join both, leverage development, create jobs, brings you stability. That's sort of the new model. And I think we have to do a lot of work together to try to develop it.
And another positive example has been the nuclear agreement that we've had with India, and hope we proceed with that. Energy, which would be so important for that country to continue its development. I am also very grateful to be one of the very few members of Congress, including Ranking Member Elliott Engel, who have been to North Korea. I saw a situation where it seems like to me it would be in the interest, and you've already touched on this, it would be in the interest of China for a more rational existence to be there. They can already see the positive example of South Korea. Seoul actually, through their investments, employs 2% of the people of China. And I can imagine that North Korean investments is non-existent. So I hope that you'll persist in pointing out what would be positive for China to see change in North Korea. Thank you.
Congressman, thanks for your thoughtful comments.
We go now to